In today's video, we are going to be talking about moving from the back or the middle office into the front office. And if you stick around to the end of the video, you're going to be in with a chance to win a huge giveaway, because I'm partnering up with Financial Edge Training to bring you lots of prizes. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Afzal Hussain. You can find out a bit more about me through the social media links below, or you can check out my website, which is www.afzalhussain.com. One of the most common questions I get when I speak to university students, when I'm on campus, or even on LinkedIn and Instagram is, Afzal, how do I move from back office to the front office? Afzal, is it possible to move from the middle office or the back office in an investment bank into a front office role? If it's possible, how long does it take? So today's video, we're going to be addressing this, and the good news is it is more than possible to move from the back office to the front office. You just need to be strategic about how you go about doing so, and you need to be patient. So my first tip for you is make sure you do your applications strategically. Now, especially if you're in your first or second year of university, you won't know exactly what every part of the investment bank does, and so you might find trading really attractive, but you won't have any idea what it does, and your decision might be skewed because you've seen a few movies and you like the hype and the portrayal of the trading floor. And so first and foremost, I would encourage you to do some research into areas that you're genuinely interested in, or areas that kind of suit your skill set. Don't just apply to one division, because if you just apply to the trading floor and you do all your applications there, now that's a front office area, it's harder to get in. And so if you don't get any offers from the trading floor, you're going to be left with nothing. The game of securing internships or insight weeks or grad schemes, it's all about experience, right? So what you want to do is focus on getting any experience. So in your first year or your second year, just prioritize, or even in your third or final year at university, spread your eggs in different baskets. Apply to some front office roles and apply to some back office roles or middle office roles. Now, the reason for that is you're diversifying your applications. You want to increase your chances of getting an offer, because when you get an offer in the back office, it's possible to move into the front office in due course. So first tip, spread your eggs into different baskets. Second tip, it's tricky to move from a back office role which doesn't work with any of the front office divisions, because there'll be no immediate link or connection. So for example, if you're working, let's say, human resources, so the department or the division that deals with campus recruitment, hiring employees, managing employees within the organization, they are usually considered back office, right? They're not client facing, they don't go and generate revenue. They're in the back office. Now, it wouldn't make sense, or it's not possible to move from a HR position in the back office into a front office trading role or investment banking role or a sales role in asset management. There's no connection between the two. Therefore, if you're interested in considering a career in the front office, but you're willing to start off in the back office because you might not be getting any interviews or offers from the front office, prioritize two key divisions. The first of which is operations, so in the back office, and then the second is risk. Risk is in some firms considered back office, in most firms middle office, but either way, risk and operations are two divisions you should consider applying to, because those two divisions work very closely with the people on the trading floor. They work very closely with the asset management division, private banking, investment banking division, and most people that I know who have moved from the back or the middle office into the front office are usually from operations or risk. So do consider applying to those areas. Now, some of you might be wondering why it happens. Why do people move from the back office to the front office, and how is it possible? First reason I've touched on already, it's possible because there are close connections between the back office and the front office. Without the back office, the front office can't do its job. And so if you're in the back office, you become a specialist in the back end, but you also have a connection with the front office and you know a lot about what they do. And so when people leave, or when an opportunity pops up in the front office, it makes sense to kind of hire someone who knows the firm's culture, knows the firm's system, is a expert in that business area, and so it's a natural transition into the front office. Second reason it happens is because regardless of which division you're in, you might get bored of your role, and so individuals in the back office tend to want to, when they want to move or leave, want to be closer to the action, let's say, and be in a more revenue generating role or be in a place that is more client facing, and that naturally is given to you in the front office. It usually takes, it's rare for someone to do 1 year in the back office and move to the front office after that year. It usually takes around 2 or 3 years, but it's very, very important. So this is another very important tip. If you're in the back office, to increase your chances of being able to move into a front office position, you need to be outperforming everyone in your year group or in your class, because when it comes to interviews, they're going to want to know in the front office, you know, are you a top performer? Are you in the top quartile? If you want to find out a bit more about reviews and how the ranking process works at most investment banks, check out this video. I touch a lot more on it, but you want to be outperforming. You want to give the front office every reason to choose you as opposed to someone else that they might be interviewing. 2 to 3 years in the grand scheme of things is not a long time. Your career is going to be 40 to 45 years long. So the first 2 or 3 years, don't worry if you're in a role that you aren't happy with or pleased with. The first 10 years of your career is for you to explore and, you know, really find what you're passionate about, what you're interested in, and something that you want to stay and do for the long term. So the first 2 to 3 years, it might sound long, but do it, put your head down, and then when the opportunity comes, you can move into the front office if you give them the reason to hire you. Now, this brings me on to my next point, which is internal mobility. So on your whichever investment bank you work for, you're going to have a intraweb or intranet where you can go on and find out lots going on across the divisions, within the organization, etc. Keep an eye out on the internal mobility section, because a lot of job openings in the front office come up, or in the back office, regardless, they pop up on that website before they go out into, you know, the broader world. And so you get an insight into what roles are available, and if you always keep an eye out for those roles, you can apply ahead of everyone, or you can apply to these roles that you otherwise might not be aware of. So keep an eye out on the internal mobility site, because if the right opportunity comes up, it doesn't need to be 2 or 3 years. You could do it in 1 year if you're really good, but it's always good to keep an eye out to see what type of opportunities are cropping up. And that brings me on to networking. The transition from back office to middle office or front office is always made easier when you are networking effectively. If you know individuals in the front office, they might tell you of good opportunities. If you have a good connection or relationship with people in different divisions and they think of you highly, they are more likely to tell you of new opportunities that crop up. So always don't just stick to knowing and meeting people in your division. Try and meet people from different divisions, because you'll be surprised how many opportunities come up and how many people consider you if you're on good terms with them for varying opportunities. So network as much as you can, and try and meet people from the divisions that you're interested in and divisions that you're not interested in, because you never know when your interest might be piqued from a role that comes up. Last but not least, if you're interested in securing a front office position, you need to prove to your employer that you have the right skill set and that you can step up to the role. Now, this brings me on to today's sponsor of this video, Financial Edge Training. One of the easiest ways to upskill quickly is to enroll in an online course. I personally recommend courses by Financial Edge Training because they are recognized industry-wide. In addition to that, you get certification, which can demonstrate your expertise, but more importantly, you can upload your certificates onto your LinkedIn profile, and that will allow recruiters, HR people, anyone looking at your profile if you've got an interview or in your application stage, that you are taking an active approach to learning about the world of finance and banking outside of your day-to-day academic commitments. This is why I've partnered up with Financial Edge Training to do a giveaway worth over £1,350 for 3 lucky winners. The main difference between FE and other online finance training course providers is that last year, the world's top 3 investment banks, as rated by the Financial Times, chose them to teach over 5,970 interns, analysts, and associates. These are the guys trusted and recognized by the top. Financial Edge are giving away 2 spaces on their best-selling micro degree, Investment Banker in a Box. This includes 4 online courses that will teach you the practical skills required to facilitate the core investment banking objectives. raising capital, and completing mergers and acquisitions. You can learn more about this certified course by following the link in the description below. They're also giving away one free space on their newest online course program, the Asset Manager. The Asset Manager, which is their best value bundle to date, it contains 9 online courses and not just 1 but 2 micro degrees. This is an essential course for anyone interested in breaking into investment management, asset management, private wealth management, or hedge funds. You will learn both fundamental and advanced skills, as well as how to build portfolios for different investor needs. Again, I'll leave the link below so you can read the full course outline there. Both courses offer 2-tier certification. Pass each individual course to unlock a skills certificate, or complete every exam to pass the micro degree. As mentioned, the Asset Manager includes 2 micro degrees, so 2 exams. Upload your recognized certificates to LinkedIn to demonstrate to employers that you have the necessary skills sought after front office roles. To be in with a chance of winning one of these free spaces, all you have to do is 1. Like this video, 2. Follow Financial Edge and Afzal Hussain on Instagram, and 3. Leave a comment below telling us which course you want to win and why you think you deserve it. The winners will be announced 2 weeks from today, so it's the 4th of December today. We will announce the winner on the 18th, Wednesday 18th of December, and the winners will be announced on my Instagram page and Financial Edge's Instagram page. This competition is open worldwide, so wherever you are watching this video, you are able to enter the competition. Wishing you all the best of luck. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week. Peace.